Hi everybody. Today I'm looking at the final part of rehabilitating a shoulder that's had an injury. I've looked at already in the series mobility, so getting a little bit of movement in. We've looked at increasing the range of movement, and now I'm looking at strengthening the shoulder. So if you've missed the first two parts, then do go back and have a look at those. It's important to follow if you've got an injury of any kind, to follow a rehabilitative plan that starts with those steps of increasing movement, getting a better sense of a range of movement, and then finally adding strength. The reason for that is that it takes longer to rehabilitate well from an injury than you might think. For example, it might take you only a few weeks for an injury, between 2 and 4 weeks, say, for the muscles to repair, but it might take you a lot longer to get to the point where you can move and use that joint and that area that you've injured well again. And if you don't do it well, then you can incorporate some problems in the recovery process. So I've looked at what I've got in my house to help you with 4 simple strengthening exercises for your shoulder. I've got a can and I've got a little stretchy thing. It's a resistance thing, but if you've got anything that's like a resistance stretchy band, or even if it's just a towel, you can use those just to add a little bit of resistance. And the 4 exercises we're going to look at are lateral raises, front raises, we're going to do a dumb waiter, and we're going to do a very exciting drawing the sword. So we're going to start though with the can at my side. Now the reason I'm doing that, if you've got weights, that's fantastic. Start with lower weights, but if you've got no weights at all, then a can of something is good enough to start you on strengthening the exercise for your shoulder. So we're going to start with a lateral raise. For all of these, I'm going to suggest that you start with 2 sets of between 5 and 8 repetitions. Err on the side of caution. Don't go doing sort of between 20 and 15, 20, 30 reps of something if you're starting to recover from an injured shoulder. Start low, build on that, and build safely on that. So you're going to start with your can in your hand down by your side, and all you're going to do is you're just going to raise it up to side level. I'm going to shift to the side so that you can see that I am actually holding a can of beans. So you're going to do 2 sets of 5. You're only going to shoulder height. Let's not go too excessive here, because this might be the first time you're doing it. And actually, even though it's a can and I've got no injury, I'm feeling that I'm lifting that. So 2 sets of between 5 and 8 lateral raise. And doing the same process, again, same number of repetitions, I'm moving it up to the front. Look, you can see it's red kidney beans. I might have these for tea. So you're just coming up to shoulder height. So for both of those, front and lateral raises, you're going to be doing 2 sets of between 5 and 8 reps. Give yourself about 30 seconds for a minute in between each set, so that you're getting a bit of recovery in your shoulder. We don't want to start overusing it right at the beginning of the strengthening process. So the third exercise we're going to do is a dumb waiter. Let me demonstrate it without the resistance band. So you've got your elbows tucked in and you're just moving it out. So you're getting a bit of rotation into your shoulder. So do make sure that you don't hunch your neck up. And now I'm going to add a bit of resistance, and it's quite tricky, quite difficult to do, but again, I want you to try and do 2 sets of between 5 and 8 repetitions. Now the final one is called drawing the sword. Hopefully you haven't actually got a sword in your hand. So what we're doing is we're going to use the can. We're going to have the can starting position, bending over, pulling in your tummy to support your lower back. Can is sort of pointing towards your opposite foot, and you're just bringing it up. So you're opening out the shoulder and bringing it up like that. So again, I want you to do 2 sets of between 5 and 8 reps. So just to recap, you are doing a lateral raise, you're doing a front raise, you're doing a dumb waiter, and you're drawing your sword. Okay, and that gets you started off on recovering and strengthening your shoulder. So I hope you have some good fun with that. Bye.